See you later, fake cowboy. Well, that was fast. Netflix canned its abysmal adaptation of Cowboy Bebop just 3 weeks after it debuted. I watched the first episode, just to be fair, but it was so bland that I noped out. It wasn't even worth a review. This is one of those adaptations that never really made any sense. Animation is a very dynamic method of storytelling, and with few exceptions, it's not easy to make that work in a live-action version. You really have to be on your game visually with snappy editing, exceptional choreography, and, ironically, whatever CGI animation you're going to need to fill in the gaps. Look at Battle Angel Alita. It's technically an animated film. Most of the shots have some kind of VFX in them, and some of them are pure CG animation. At that point, you should just make the whole thing CG animation and call it a day. Now, that doesn't mean that Cowboy Bebop can't work as a live-action adaptation. It's really just a question of why try to repeat perfection. The show is already perfect. You're not going to improve it, so what's the reason for doing this? The whole novelty of it is just to see someone who looks like these characters. What are you adding to it that wasn't already there in the original show? The answer was bland, woke, uninspired scripts, okay acting, and poorly executed retreads of awesome scenes from the anime. The numbers for the show were terrible. From the Hollywood Reporter, quote, "The space western had a rough reception. The 10-episode series garnered only a 46% positive critics rating on review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes. Fans seem to agree, giving the show a 56% audience score on the site. According to Netflix's top 10 site, the series has racked up almost 74 million viewing hours worldwide since its debut, so it got plenty of sampling out of the gate, but it plummeted 59% for the week of November 29th to December 5th. Basically, they lost most of their audience within a fortnight, and that's with all the episodes being available. Meaning there might be a lot of people who are like me who watched one episode and then quit. Everything about this seemed like a bad decision, and the snarkiness coming from the cast about the changes to popular characters from the show didn't help. Everything people thought would be bad about the show was bad. It was so laughably predictable that it didn't really piss anybody off. Everybody just went, yeah, we saw that coming, and moved on. The showrunners and Netflix should take this as a warning about adapting beloved anime series and then trying to improve them by changing things and expecting the fans to go along with it. Those days are over. Everyone knows what you're about, so the moment they get a sniff of that Hollywood pretentiousness, they're out. If you're hankering to see Cowboy Bebop, just watch the real show. You're in for a treat. Ignore this Netflix mess, and maybe, just maybe, Netflix will spare us another pointless adaptation. I said maybe, but what do I know? I'm just some guy.